Hey, what's up guys? So we're going to be doing a deck profile in progress, which means I'm still working on the deck. I'm still trying to get the deck to the way I want to play it. And so yeah, so if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know in the comment section below, and I'll go ahead and test it out, and I'll let you know what I think of it. So let's go ahead and get started with the monsters. So we're going to play 3 tour guide and a Sangen, so we can search out our other TGs, and it also helps to go for the exceeds, as well as being able to special summon the striker. It allows you to go for synchros if you need to do that. It's really good. I'm really happy with the whole tour guide engine in it. And then I'm playing Dark Arm, which is something also kind of new in TGs. Generally, they don't usually play Dark Arm, but I really like it because when I get to remove some of the TG monsters from the Dark Arm's effect, and then I can go for Levier and get back the TG. It has a lot of good combos. And then we're playing one Beast King because there are some players that play Dark World, and so I figured if there's a skill drain out there, and I can get rid of the field spell, I could just sit there with the 3000 beater. It's a nice target to activate Call of the Haunted or Monster Reborn with. And I am also playing Gores. Usually TGs run heavy back row, but I still feel like Gores is just a card that I personally really like, and I don't think I'll ever really make a deck without Gores that is a deck where I'm attacking with. I mean, obviously if I'm playing something like Final Countdown, if I ever played that, or Exodia, I probably would play Gores, but pretty much I will play Gores in every deck. I just really like the card. And then for our lights, instead of Valor, just because Valor doesn't hurt Chaos Dragons, and there's a lot of Chaos Dragon players at my locals, and so I'm trying through Cyber Dragon. I really like it because sometimes when I go for that Werewolf, they will warning, just because, the TG EM, they're basically creature swap. They don't want me to creature swap, so I'll just be like, okay, I'll summon Cyber Dragon. At least I can run over something if they do have something on the field. And Cyber Dragon, overall, pretty solid card, because there is a character player that is at my locals, and that helps out so much. Cyber Dragon's amazing. And then next up for the TG monsters, it's pretty standard, I'd say. There is, what is that, TG... There's a light TG that I'm not playing. I'm going to test it out a little bit more. It's a level 1. It also is a tuner, and it still has the TG search out effect if it was destroyed, but it's a 0 attack, and it is level 1 for a tuner. So I was thinking about trying 1 for 1, so let me know what you guys think of that. I believe it might be TG Magician? I don't remember. But he's level 1, he's also light, so that's why I wasn't going to actually play him, because he is also light. But the thing is, he was 0 attack. Sometimes I like to at least be able to attack for the 800. But he wasn't really good. He didn't have, a great effect. Striker, it's basically Cyber Dragon. If your opponent has a monster and you don't, you can special this. This one you can special summon when a level 3 or lower, 4 or lower monster is special summon. I can special summon this to block an attack if I wish. Pretty solid card. And then Rush Rhino 2000, pretty good, just because he runs over Thunder King, because people will side Thunder King against you when you're playing TGs, so you don't get your searches. But Rush Rhino says, "Oh, I'm stronger than you, Thunder King." And then also BLS, because Cyber Dragon helps out with that, as well as if I need to go for a light, there's the Symphony card, and there's also Giga Brilliant that I could go for. Next up, we're doing spells now, so I'm playing 3 duality. You don't need a special summon. Every turn it's TGs. Heavy Storm, Allure of Darkness. I really liked Allure of Darkness. It worked really well when I got to banish a Werewolf and then get it back with Levier. It just opens up a lot of different plays. I do like it overall, more draw power. Reborn Dark Hole, pretty standard. I was thinking about running Mind Control. I would probably run Mind Control if I was playing that level 1 light TG that was a tuner that I was talking about. I really loved Mind Control when Striker was at 3, Striker being this guy over here. He's a level 2 tuner, and again, he just special summons when you have no monsters and your opponent does. So if I go special BLS, they negate. I could just go, okay, let me just special summon my Striker and then Mind Control, and it works pretty good from there. I really wish Striker was at least 2. It would help out a little bit, and I don't think he's an unfair card. I mean, come on, Rescue Rapids at 3. I think we're on traps now. There's a lot of traps in here, because TGs generally play a lot of traps, so let's get right into it. So we're playing 1 Call of the Haunted. Call of the Haunted is good, because it's chainable, gets me back a Sangen, which searches out a lot of different cards in the deck, as well as getting out Beast King, because Beast King becomes a 3000 beater. And then 2 Bottomless, because it really helps up the matchup against Chaos Dragons, as well as Dark World, so you can just Bottomless, and you don't have to deal with it. 2 Warnings. I'm not playing Judgment, I'm just playing the 2 warnings, just because I really don't like paying half my life, especially, when you're playing against Dark World. Dark World's like, oh, you negated, it's okay, I'll just finish you off anyways, because everything I have is a huge beater, and same thing with Dragons. I like Solemn Judgment, it's a good card, it's just, I don't feel like it's necessary for me, especially since I'll show you what I'm playing later on as well. So I'm playing 2 Torrential Tribute. This card is amazing when you're playing TGs because you still get your TG search at the end phase. Just don't forget it because sometimes it happens that you do forget. They're playing 3D Prison. This is basically the reason I'm not playing Solemn Judgment because I just want to remove the stuff rather than pay my life to negate it. I know I'm also playing, Solemn Warnings, so I just feel like the paying life, especially in TGs with a deck where you don't have that great for monsters effects. I wouldn't say their monsters effects are like so great, and paying half your life in TGs where sometimes I'll just be like, okay, let me set Striker. Okay, I don't really want to Solemn and then them being able to just overextend and just kind of finish me off. Although I'm playing lots of back row, so that generally won't happen. And then we're playing 2 Starlight Road just because I don't like Heavy Storm, and as well as when they Torrential Tribute. They don't really plus off of Torrential Tribute anyways, because I get my TG searches during the end phase, but if I can secure a Stardust Dragon on the field as well, it's pretty nice. They're playing Mirror Force, and my favorite card in the deck, and basically the reason why I'm playing TGs, is this card right here. So it's TG EM1, I believe? Yeah, it looks like a 1. And I really like this. If you guys are unfamiliar with what this card does, I'll read it to you real quick. It's select one monster your opponent controls, and one face-up TG monster you control, and switch control of the monster. So it's really good. It disrupts lots of plays, and it takes people's Graphas, it take people's Red Ice Darkness Metals. It really does help out, especially when you can special this and then normal this, and then they're like, oh okay, and then you set this, and then they end up making a Synchro or they make an Exceed that's pretty good. And you're like, oh, let me just trade you this TG that's not very good for your really good thing. Usually I don't like to give him Striker because that allows him for Synchro ability, but some decks, don't have Synchro ability. Like Windups, usually they won't go for Synchros just because their extra deck is clogged with Exceeds. But generally, depending what deck you're playing against, usually you don't want to give him Striker though. You usually want to give him Rush Rhino because it's level 4. Unless you're playing against E-Heroes, then don't give him that card because all their stuff is level 4 as well. But yeah, I've been pretty happy with the deck, but I want to make it better. It just feels like there could be some stuff taken out, maybe adding some stuff. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys maybe think I should bump Beast King up? I don't want to main deck Skill Drain because Dragons and Dark World are very popular at my locals, and I really don't want to lose that matchup. As well as E-Heroes. There's 2 players that are playing E-Heroes, and Skill Drain not too good against E-Heroes. I really feel like this card, I wish I could run more of these. I'll show you guys. The TG Creature Swap. This card over here, I really like this card. As you guys know, I'm a huge fan of Creature Swap. I like that card because it allows you to take super control over the field. Just because if you summon something weak, basically they'll be like, oh, why would he summon that? I'm going to wait for him to get out his bigger monster. And you just set this. As long as they don't end phase space, usually you'll be setting multiple back rows anyways. So, you won't have to worry about end phase Space Typhoon. Well, they'd have to get lucky with it, is what I'm saying, because you're going to be like, okay, so let me set 4. It's mostly like, TGs, this is how it generally plays if you guys haven't played TGs. It's more like, summon this, okay, set 5, go ahead, your turn. I really like that, because if they summon anything bigger than your Striker, you can just TG EM1 it, and then you can just take their stuff, and on top of that, the greatest part about that is when you kill your own TG, it goes to the graveyard, and it doesn't need to be sent from your side of the field. Cards, like Card Trooper, need to be sent from your side of the field, so that is something that I like about TGs, and I think it's an interesting deck, and it is a very viable deck. I don't think the deck is like a bad deck, it's just not tier at the moment. Not yet, but we're going to make it tier, guys, so, oh, I'm sorry, the cards are upside down. Because I'm recording this upside down. So yeah, if you guys have any suggestions for this deck, please let me know in the comment section below, and I will test it out. I do like BLS in it. It works pretty good. Same with Cyber Dragon. I was thinking about Birdman. Let me know what you guys think of Jedi Alex Birdman, because I think it was really cool. There was a lot of cool plays. For example, you just go special this, special, where is it? Warwolf, because once a level 4 lowered, you can special that, and then you could special Birdman, and then special summon another Warwolf. I know, there's just combos with Birdman that are awesome, and I really like combos that are awesome, that aren't too conjunctional, that don't require too many different cards, just like maybe like 1 or 2. And as well as Birdman is really good for Tour Guide, because when you go summon Tour Guide gets Valor, you just be like, oh, let me bump back my Tour Guide, and let me just, you can have my Birdman, and then you could still special summon a Warwolf and still go for an Exceed. I really like the options for Exceeds in this deck, because, you know, TG is a deck where if your opponent goes and flips a Decree, it's not that end of the world, because you can just make Wonder Magician, pop that, and like, as you guys can see, I played against an E-Hero player, like on Dueling Network, and it just worked out really good. Like, Wonder Magician's a great card. I like the options TG has. It's a really cool deck, and I really like the pace of it. It's not a deck where you establish like a really good field first turn. But generally, you basically set a whole bunch of traps, and you wait for your opponent, and then what happens is your opponent walks right into your trap, and then you win from there. And there's a lot of protection in the deck, so I think the deck can hold off pretty good on its own. Although, Chaos Dragons, when they open up Future Fusion, it is kind of unfortunate. But thanks for watching, guys, and again, suggestions in the comment section below if you guys have any. But Asian Eyes White Dragon, signing out.